Good morning on this rainy Wednesday. Welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Rich and Weezy, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is your girl's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give the correction, and the only correction that we give is a tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Weezy will come home with her very own training collar, and you'll be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session. Now, she's sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. The first exercise that they're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash without dragging you down the street, and the command is Weezy, heel.
Weezy, heel.
Now at this point, Weezy has a job to do, and that is to keep her focus on her trainer, not forging ahead or lagging behind. And each time that Rich stops his feet, you'll see that she has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. So this makes walking your dog a pleasure. You're not being dragged down the street, and when you stop to talk to someone on the street or to cross traffic, she's sitting nicely at your left to wait for her next command. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. The long sit-stay you're going to practice at home, indoors as well as outdoors. You're going to start out at about 30 seconds and work up to 3 minutes. When Rich returns back to her, he walks all the way around her, ending up all the way back around where they started at heel position, and at this point she expects to get another command, and he told her to heel again. So all of our commands are designed so that the dog is learning to have self-control, be focused, and gain some maturity. Now Rich is going to leave her in another sit-stay, and we're going to demonstrate the come on command. You do use her name, Weezy come. She should come right in front and sit facing you. And then she returns back to heel position. So remember, everything starts and stops at heel. And we'll demonstrate that come command again. Rich leaves her in a sit-stay. He calls her. She comes right in and sits, and then she goes back to heel and back sitting. Now, because the rain has picked up a little bit, we want to show you her down commands. We brought a blanket out here for her. The first down that we're going to demonstrate is the down from a heel position. So with your dog seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down and then stay. Your down stays can actually be held longer than the sit stays. She started to get up, and Rich just told her no and put her back into a down. I think she's doing pretty well out here in spite of the conditions. Rich returns all the way back to heel, and he heels her out of that, and we will demonstrate that down from a heel one more time. You have her sit first, always, down, stay. And Rich calls her out of that down stay. She goes back to heel and back sitting. Now the very last exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is going to be her down from a distance. Rich is leaving her in a sit-stay. He turns to face her and uses his right hand to give the command. This is not her best command. She's just learned that. That is her down from a distance. And if you notice, Rich just didn't lose his temper and just got a little bit closer to her, and she did it. Now, we've demonstrated for you all of Weezy's formal obedience commands. We're going to be spending time with you tomorrow. We're going to go over some pointers with the collar that you brought for us. We want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company, and we will see you soon.